Welcome back to the Bead Box, and today we are unboxing as well as designing with the Saguaro Sunset August Bead Box by Bargain Bead Box. We're heading southwest with an earthy palette of red, turquoise, and purple, and a lot more. The star gemstone is Jasper, with a variety of pendants, gemstone beads, along with accents of Alashan Agate and riverstone. Porcelain focals, sparkling crystals, and a collection of copper finished beads, pendants, and findings complete the collection. This is Saguaro Sunset. Here are all the pieces. Alright, here are all the pieces that came in the Saguaro Sunset August box by Bargain Bead Box. We're going to start off by going through all of the findings that came with. And the first one we have is a 4x3mm textured oval cable jewelry chain. And this is an antique copper. And you can see that that texture is on there and it's absolutely fabulous. And I love that because it just gives your piece a little bit more character. So that's an awesome inclusion in the box. Next we have 3 pieces of 24x11 hook and eye clasps in antique copper, lead-free, cadmium-free. And those are really cool looking. So there's the 3 pieces. And that's really cool. This part goes through the hole, and then your jump rings attached to the holes on the other side. So next we have 30 pieces of 7mm bead caps, and they are also in the antique copper. And I love the detailing on there. Those are really nice. Next we have 4 pieces of 25x22 teardrop chandelier pendants in the antique copper, lead-free, nickel-free, cadmium-free. And those are really, really cool. And I'm super excited about the chandelier feature because I have been feeling the dangles lately. And so that's going to be awesome to include on these pieces. That's going to make really cute earrings. All right. Next we have 4 pieces, 37 to 46mm cactus teardrop pendant sets, antique copper with patina, and I love these. I love that the little florals are the parts that got the patina coloring on them, and then also these are really super cute with the cutout. I love those. These ones aren't that heavy. These ones do have a little bit more weight to them, so I would think that these are definitely pendants for necklaces, and you could possibly get away with doing earrings with these as long as you didn't add any heavy stones with them. Ooh, I really like these. These are 30 pieces of 6mm detailed bicone spacer beads in antique copper, and look at the little details on those. Love that. Next we have 6 pieces of 27x17mm textured teardrop links in antique copper, lead-free and cadmium-free, and these are really cool. I love the little shapes. We could definitely get some beads like in the middle of here and do like a wire wrapped kind of center if we wanted to, or you can just use them as the traditional links for like a necklace. But those are nice, and they have a nice hammer detail to them as well. So that is all of the findings that came with the box, and now we're going to jump into the extra stuff over here, and we're going to leave the main gemstones for last. Starting off with some crystals, we have 7x4.5mm crystal faceted rectangle beads in a dark coral red, and you're getting a 10-inch strand. So that is really pretty, and I love, love, love the faceting because they are really sparkly. So that's awesome. Then we get some crystal faceted English-cut round beads in turquoise green AB. You're getting a 10-inch strand, and these are 5.5mm, and those are another really nice sparkly addition. Definitely feeling the sunset vibes on the box with these 2 crystals to add to it. Next. This is 6mm beads of sea sediment jasper. They are man-made round beads in orchid, and you're getting a 7-inch strand. So that adds another little pop of color. And I really, really like that with the green. I think that is a really cool combination. Not sure how I feel about the red in there, but that could definitely be an interesting combo. It could make a really vibrant piece. This is one of the cool ones that everybody was excited about. This is a 58 by 32 porcelain cactus bead in ivory with a brown wash. It really adds a whole lot of character to whatever you're going to make with that, and it's drilled from top to bottom, so it almost could be like a super chunky focal on a bracelet, although you are going to have some space underneath, or it could be a pendant, or I know what I'm going to do with this, and I'm thinking card charm. Next we have, this is really cool too. This really gives it that kind of deserty, sunsetty kind of vibe. It is really cool. This is a 23.5 by 23.5 to 27 by 9mm hand painted porcelain cylinder bead, and I love the details on this. And it is called Southwest Nights. Perfect for the theme, and it's just really, really cool. And it embraces that red and that green, so you could pair that together for sure. Next we have 2 pieces of these really cool teardrops. These are 24 by 18mm red jasper teardrop pendants, and there are some definite inclusions in there, but that is what gives the red jasper its character. That one is really pretty. I love the striations in that. Then we have another piece of red jasper, and this is in a brass pendant setting. And I love, look at the details on that. Like, I love that teardrop shape. And this one has a lot of character to it. And I love the filigree type of leafy kind of setting that it's in. That is really, really pretty. All right, now for the main attractions, we've got some beads. And I want to start with this one because this is kind of cool. I have not yet really received a white looking type of bead. And these are just so smooth and silky. These are 8mm Riverstone Fossil Jasper matte round beads. And you get a 7.5-inch strand. And if you look really closely, you can see some of the fossil markings in those beads. Like this one right here, you can see that it's just got a little bit of layering. Maybe like how the sediment had fell in that part of the stone, but that's really cool. And I just love the way that these feel. Very soft. We've got some more teardrops. And these are 4 pieces of 14 by 9.5mm red jasper teardrop beads. And these are drilled top to bottom. And I love these so much. Look at this one right here. It's got that little striation going across. I love red jasper, so I'm really super excited about using these pieces. Those are so pretty. Next, we have some 3 to 3.5mm Alashan Agate micro-faceted round beads. You're getting a 14.5-inch strand, and that just really brings a lot of muted color, and I really love it with this cactus. I think that that is just a gorgeous mix. Definitely could mix it up with some of these fossil beads that have the white, and that's just such a pretty combination. These are really cool as well. This is an awesome inclusion right here. These are 4 by 2.5mm red rainbow jasper faceted Hishi beads. I love the shape, and I love that they're faceted. That is really, really pretty. Gorgeous, gorgeous deep red tones. Beautiful. Then we've got some 6mm red rainbow jasper in a matte round, and you're getting a 7-inch strand of those. Not a fan of matte beads, but I love the character that these ones have. You can really see like some of the cool markings. And actually these aren't as like dull as a matte bead because of all the different markings and stuff. This one right here is my favorite. We have this really awesome mix. This is a mix of 6x3mm glass rondelle beads in sunset skies, and this has all the colors. We have pops of the purple that go with the sediment jasper. We've got some of the green tones. We've got yellow beads that have the red, so that could be a really cool mix. There's some white ones in there. Just a really pretty mix of rondelle beads, and those are glass beads. And then finally, this gorgeous, gorgeous strand of 8mm red rainbow jasper round beads. You're getting 15 inches of these beads, and just look at all the different character that rainbow jasper brings. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful strand. I love this. So that is everything with the box. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get organized, and then we're going to come back and we're going to make something together using the items from this box. All right, I've had a chance to look over the contents of the box, and I have decided that I am going to make some earrings using one of the links right here. We're going to use 5 of the glass rondelles, 2 of the Alashan Jades, and then from my own stash, I have an earring hook. I've got a 6mm jump ring, and this looks like a 4, and then the earring backing. And then I've also got a piece of 22 gauge wire. No, 24 gauge wire. So what we're going to do is we're first going to wrap a coil around the bottom. So I'm just going to kind of come in and wrap this around the first time with my fingers. And then when I have a good grip, I'm going to take my pliers and use it to pull tight. I'm going to kind of straighten that up just a little bit. There we go. Pull up a little bit to make it a tight wrap, and then around. Fold it through. Give it a tug. And we're going to wrap it 4 times. And then you can also use your pliers to kind of squish the coil together so that it's nice and tight. And then we're going to do one more wrap like this. Pull it up tight. And then what we're going to do is we are going to snip the excess pretty short to the back. And then we can take our pliers and just mash down that pokey bit. And then we can also make our coil a little tighter. And now we have, let me bring it back through here, our wire like this with this little coil at the bottom. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on a piece of the jade. And then in matching with this one, I'm going to do green, yellow, white, purple, and then green. And then we're going to top this off with another piece of the jade. Just like that. So now we have kind of like this tower in the center. And we're going to wrap the wire around twice. You can use your pliers to give a good pull. Like this. Pull it through. Just like that. And then we're going to do it on the opposite side, kind of leaving like a little gap in the middle. So pulling it through once, and then pulling it through twice. And then see how we have it on both sides? I'm going to make sure that I have this nice and tight first. Give it a good pull. Then we are going to cut off as close as we can to the excess wire. And then we are going to fold in that little pokey bit. Just like that. So now we have our beads in the center of our finding like that. Then I take the 6mm jump ring. I need my other pair of pliers right here. And we're going to open it up. Like that. We're going to stick it through. This might take a little finagling. It's fine. I also didn't have a good grip. We're going to try to, you could even do it on the side if we had to, like that, and then kind of move it over to the center. And then we're going to close it up. Like that. And I'm actually going to come in with my pliers because this wire is in the way. So we're going to try to flatten that. And move it out of the way. There we go. And now we have a little bit of a gap that we can fit our jump ring through. There we go. So now that's on there good. Then we're going to take our smaller jump ring, the 4mm. We're going to open it up like this. And then we're going to attach it to our other jump ring. And I'm going to move the crease part underneath so you don't see it. Then I want this side to be the forward facing side. So I'm going to make sure that I attach my earring hook where it needs to go the right way. And then we have this really cute little earring. I'll put the backing on there. And they have a really nice movement to them as well. There you go. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial and that you are enjoying your August Saguaro Sunset box by Bargain Bead Box, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, y'all.